Hi, this is Group 1, and it's the International Investment Environment Analysis on the United Arab Emirates Hospitality Industry. The group consists of Stephanie, Amanda, Valerie, Carla, and myself, Jason. I'll be going over a basic intro into the industry. Stephanie will explain the industry analysis and local market analysis. Amanda will cover competition, and Valerie will go over government policies, and Carla will cover the infrastructure analysis. Here's a little bit more info on the hospitality industry in the United Arab Emirates. The country's hotel and tourism sector has witnessed a sudden spurt in foreign direct investment, also abbreviated as FDI, during the last financial year. This is reflecting increased interest in the country's hospitality industry. The United Arab Emirates climbed to 11th position from a 15th position in 2012. The United Arab Emirates is ranked 11th globally in the Foreign Direct Investment Confidence Index, and that's abbreviated as FDICI, which was created by management consulting firm A.T. Kearney. The FDI in the hospitality industry is expected to increase as Dubai prepares to host the 2020 World Expo. The total investment needed for the event is $8.8 billion, including plans to double the number of hotel rooms in Dubai. There are huge opportunities in the United Arab Emirates hotel and tourism sector. The foreign direct investment climate in the sector has improved a lot in the country. Next, I want to send it over to Stephanie, and she'll talk to you and explain the industry analysis and local market analysis.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Sigler, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the very important reasons as to why our group has chosen the United Arab Emirates and finds it to be a very promising country for foreign direct investment in the hospitality industry. The global hospitality industry in the past couple of years has experienced an upward trend of growth despite geopolitical instability, health concerns, and stagnant economic growth in various regions of the world. This shows that the industry continues to grow and to gain momentum even in the face of major global issues. Globally, the travel and tourism industry encompasses 266 million jobs and contributes 9.5% to the global GDP. Hospitality and leisure transactions have increased 8% each year for the past couple of years, according to a 2013 research report published by Ernst & Young. The industry has seen an accelerated growth within the past year, reflecting key industry trends such as more lodging projects were started as a result to ease restrictions on construction loans. International capital flows have also increased between international investor groups for hotel assets. Evolving guest preferences have also increased the demand for influx for new hotel brands. Increased interest in investment and tourism strategy and differentiation in many countries have also been identified. The hospitality industry is believed to play a very important role in globalization for its very nature of bringing different regions all over the world together. The United Arab Emirates is located on the Arabian Gulf, otherwise known as the Persian Gulf. It's surrounded by Oman, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, all Gulf countries. It is largely known in the airline industry for having a very strategic location between Europe and Asia. Home to one of the most successful airline companies, Emirates Airlines, Dubai itself has brought 10 million tourists in 2014 alone and is expected to bring about 20 million in 2020 because of its hosting of the World Exposition in that year. The United Arab Emirates has a population of about 8 million people, 900,000 of them being citizens and 7 million being residents, many of whom are expatriate workers. The UAE's income is among the highest in the world. Relative to the UAE's small population, this results in the standard of living within the UAE to be extremely high. United Arab Emirates is also one of the world's best winter resorts, experiencing warm sunny days and cool nights between November and March. The United Arab Emirates is an ideal country for investment within the hospitality industry for a number of reasons. According to a study published by the International Monetary Fund, The UAE's banking, which is one of the most successful industries in the UAE, has enabled rapid credit expansion to private and public enterprises, corporations, as well as households. Stress tests have been done in the past years, and they have found that the banking system within the UAE would be resilient and could withstand a variety of economic shocks. The study also found that oil production, as well as non-oil activity, including construction, trade, and tourism, have contributed to a strong growth performance, which is the highest among GCC countries. Hospitality proves to be an industry of growth globally. The United Arab Emirates is an ideal country for direct investment. Emirates' strengths include a well-developed infrastructure, talent-based strategic location, and ease of doing business. As the UAE prepares to host the 2020 World Expo, the total estimated investment needed into the hospitality sector is about 8.8 billion, which includes plans to double the number of hotel rooms in Dubai.
The UAE have been very successful at establishing an attractive name not only for itself but also for many tourists around the globe. Tourism is the main course of action when it comes to competition in the hospitality industry. The UAE has been able to stay afloat and keep up with many of its global and local market competitors by providing glorious attractions to people worldwide. According to the A.T. Kearney Foreign Direct Investment Confidence Index, the UAE is ranked 11th among its competitors, which include countries such as the US, the United Kingdom, Mexico, China, and Canada. The UAE has also been noted to be a highly favorable destination, according to the FDI. And the Swiss-based International Institute for Management Development has also ranked the UAE 8th in regards to global competitiveness. When we speak about competition, it is important to pay attention to the public and see what it is that is attracting society to certain areas and what is driving them to return to that particular destination. The hospitality industry for the UAE focuses on tourism, supply and demand, and working at making destinations desirable, inexpensive, and an overall exciting place to visit over and over again. There are a small handful of factors that influence the competitiveness in the hospitality industry. These factors were among the most important and highlighted the most valuable within founded research. The first factor is interaction abilities and the four-stage process that is needed to go through in order to properly target the internal analysis of resources, to understand the analysis of relations between activities, to grasp the integration process, and to overall develop the ability to interact and continue on with growth. And the second factor inhibits learning capabilities through the organization. It is important for organizations to keep up and maintain a well-developed globalization strategy. And the UAE has also been very successful at overcoming this factor and moving up on the scale within its global competitors. The third factor of competitiveness is human resources. Human resource is a central point of the hospitality industry because people matter and their activity form and the creation of favorable destinations, and they also help provide growth and success for global and local competitors. The UAE has established a highly favorable destination by providing visitors with luxury, excitement, and ultimate comfort. Lastly, in order for the UAE to keep up with competition, it is to be aware of technology and information technology. The ability to keep up with technology grants a representation of having a strong strategic asset among the UAE's competitors. The UAE has been working extremely hard to maintain its shine within the hospitality industry. With the World Expo arriving in 2020, it is highly important for the UAE to maintain a clear perception of competition and know the degree to which the concept of competitiveness is understood and valorized within the hospitality industry.
The United Arab Emirates government policies does encourage foreign direct investments by not having direct taxing on corporations and individuals. There is also an absence of exchange control or constraints relating to repatriation of funds. The government offers a solid and profitable banking sector and very favorable regulations of foreign investment. One of the only discriminations against foreign investors is that they cannot own more than 49% of the shares in the company. At least 51% of the companies, other than branches of foreign companies, must be held by nationals of the UAE. Gulf Cooperation Council nationals, such as those from Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, are permitted to hold up to 100% of the equity of companies. This can be seen in the type of company one would want to establish, such as a private shareholding company, a simple limited partnership, or a limited liability company. In a private shareholding company, the company must be established by 3 or more UAE or GCC nationals. If a national from another country wants a private shareholding company, they must establish it with at least one UAE national. With a LLC, 51% must be owned by a UAE national and must appoint a UAE accredited auditor. Some new regulations for the hotel sector is that they are required to pay fees upon applying for licenses, approvals, classification certificates, and other formalities before the Department of Tourism and Commerce Marketing. These fees are to be collected by the Department of Tourism and Commerce Marketing without prejudice to any applicable fees of any other government entity which sets out fees and penalties payable in connection with matters of general corporate nature such as issuance of commercial license. If there are other fines that relate to failing to notify the DTCM, that may include not getting a license to conduct activity, the classification of the hotel, and the approval to receive guests, it will result in sanctions against the violating establishment, such as decreasing the class of the hotel establishment to a lower class, closing the establishment or any of its facilities for a period not exceeding 6 months, closing any facility in the hotel establishment permanently, or close the whole of this hotel establishment permanently and cancel its license.
Hello, my name is Carla Rosales, and I will touch on a few key points related to the United Arab Emirates infrastructures. Key points such as characteristics of the labor force and working conditions, total employment patterns, and other supportive infrastructures. An example, highway, railway, ports, and electricity. Infrastructures in the UAE extremely well developed. With the rapid growth and innovativeness in the UAE, infrastructure receives a major injection of capital. The Middle East is expected to invest over $80 billion over the next 10 years, according to the US RTA. The UAE aims to be among the best in the world in terms of quality of infrastructure. In recent decades, the UAE has become a popular destination for temporary labor migrants seeking employment to improve their lifestyle. Immigrant workers mainly come from neighboring countries such as India and Pakistan. The government has developed a guest worker program known as Kafala sponsorship system, which allows companies to hire migrant workers. The private sector provides the majority of the work in the UAE, accounting for 63% of the workforce. With this system in place, a rise in the abuse to the kafala system has escalated, forcing the UAE government to take action and reform its law to condemn those who abuse the worker sponsorship system and submit their employees to labor exploitation and human rights violation. With the rapid growth of the UAE, employment patterns show a steadily upward line. Employment opportunities in the UAE have drastically increased. However, unemployment rates for nationals have also increased. Records indicate that unemployment rate in the UAE decreased to 4.2% from 4.6% in 2011. Prior to 2011, unemployment rate showed increasing from 3.1% in 2006 to 4.6% in 2011. Public transportation in Dubai Emirates comprise of Dubai Metro, public buses, Mervyn Transit, and road taxis. In regards to railways, developing the Etihad Rail is said to be the mission of the UAE Vision 2021. Etihad Rail will become known as the UAE's national freight and passenger railway network. The UAE seaport, like its airports, are international and regional hubs and an essential tool for driving economic growth and facilitating economic diversification. Demand for the electricity continues to grow with a fast pace in the UAE. According to the UAE State of Energy Report 2015, UAE residents use 15 kilowatts per day. Many new electricity generation plants have been built to keep up with the expanding demands. The UAE is planning to develop other options such as solar energy and using eco-friendly methods to generate electricity.